Okay, these are my infographics over the evidence that I found in the articles. Starting with Article 1, the main claim of this article was the fact that gifted programs should be highly prioritized, mainly because the students in these programs will be those who are carrying the future of America. So some important evidence I found in this article is the following. It was based on observation that it's difficult for teachers to teach the higher achieving students and the lower achieving students simultaneously. Therefore, grouping them by their abilities will be easier for the teachers to teach, and it will be more beneficial for the students personally. It also said that schools are to assist students in the ways that personally equip them, so therefore grouping them would allow them to do that. It talked about how it was unfair for gifted students to be responsible to carry the struggling students. So it's unfair for the gifted students to be held back by the lower achieving students' abilities or just waiting for them to catch up. And there was also a quote in there that I liked. It said, "Failure to separate is a disservice to students and a horrific waste of natural resources." So I thought that was important. Going on to Article 2, the main claim in this one was the fact that segregation of abilities isn't really necessary. It's just the quality of education that will produce results. So it says that exposure to high quality curriculum will give excellence. It says that when given high-level curriculum, the higher achieving students performed no worse than the lower achieving, so therefore grouping them by their abilities isn't really necessary. It's basically the quality of education that they're receiving that will be important. Some percentages that I found in this article that was important was pass rates rose from 32% to 92% for Black and Latino students when they were given a higher quality education. So grouping by ability really had nothing to do with that. Going on to Article 3, the main claim in this article was grouping students by their abilities produces great results. So some evidence in this article was that it was found that students benefit from their peers. However, those influence are lost if achieving levels are mixed. So therefore, grouping each other by higher achieving and lower achieving, the students will benefit more than if you were to mix those two groups. There was an experiment done in Kenya where researchers found that grouping the students into classes basing that decision on their achievement levels benefited students all around. So gifted programs will result in benefits for students, and it will result in benefits for the lower achieving students if they were in their own group as well. There was also another quote in there that I liked. It said, "Few strong athletes to lead a group is terrific, but also that too much variation within a single group causes the whole process to break down." So basically that's just claiming that grouping will result in better benefits than if you were to mix those achieving levels together. The last article, Article 4, the claim of this article was that geniuses don't necessarily result from gifted programs, but mainly the effort that the student puts in or the ability that they have to discuss their ideas or freely experiment on their own will result in what their future will look like. So some evidence that supports this claim was they found that more successful people, like who made more money or whatever, had actually lower IQs than those who made less money, because the people that made more money had lower IQs than the people that made less money who had higher IQs. It also found that experts admitted gifted programs don't add much to the students. It says that we should not put faith in public schools to meet the needs of the gifted children. We should just encourage creativity, and the gifted will explore on their own, and they will learn on their own, and their education will be mainly based on how much effort they put into it. For an example, there was a man, Jeffrey P. Bezos, who is the inventor or CEO of Amazon. So obviously he's a very successful man, and he was not necessarily educated through a gifted program, but rather through just an ordinary everyday school. So that just basically supports the claim that gifted programs don't necessarily always result in successful lives. So, yep, that's it.